Interested in bringing your ideas to life? Here at Milford TV, we give you the opportunity and resources you need to turn your content into reality. We offer memberships with access to equipment and use of our in-studio setup to allow you to get your message across in a professional manner. Or if you simply have the desire to gain hands-on experience in the field of digital media, you can become a volunteer at Milford TV, where we teach essential skills and tools that allow our members to create and tell their stories. From studio interviews, to sports coverage, to field shows, we provide the community the chance to stay informed and get involved. If you're a local company looking for an opportunity to promote your business, consider becoming a sponsor of Milford TV. We offer several sponsorship options for local business visibility during our sports broadcast as well as other areas. Whether you hope to inspire others, highlight issues you're passionate about, or would like to learn more and participate in the production process, Milford TV is the perfect place to start. Call or visit us at milfordtv.net for information on how to become a member or volunteer, and see why now is the time to join the Milford TV family. Come on over so you can be part of the action. Interested in bringing your ideas to life? Here at Milford TV, we give you the opportunity and resources you need to turn your content into reality. We offer memberships with access to equipment and use of our in-studio setup to allow you to get your message across in a professional manner. Or if you simply have the desire to gain hands-on experience in the field of digital media, you can become a volunteer at Milford TV, where we teach essential skills and tools that allow our members to create and tell their stories. From studio interviews, to sports coverage, to field shows, we provide the community the chance to stay informed and get involved. If you're a local company looking for an opportunity to promote your business, consider becoming a sponsor of Milford TV. We offer several sponsorship options for local business visibility during our sports broadcast as well as other areas. Whether you hope to inspire others, highlight issues you're passionate about, or would like to learn more and participate in the production process, Milford TV is the perfect place to start. Call or visit us at milfordtv.net for information on how to become a member or volunteer, and see why now is the time to join the Milford TV family. Come on over so you can be part of the action. Interested in bringing your ideas to life? Here at Milford TV, we give you the opportunity and resources you need to turn your content into reality. We offer memberships with access to equipment and use of our in-studio setup to allow you to get your message across in a professional manner. Or if you simply have the desire to gain hands-on experience in the field of digital media, you can become a volunteer at Milford TV, where we teach essential skills and tools that allow our members to create and tell their stories. From studio interviews, to sports coverage, to field shows, we provide the community the chance to stay informed and get involved. If you're a local company looking for an opportunity to promote your business, consider becoming a sponsor of Milford TV. We offer several sponsorship options for local business visibility during our sports broadcast as well as other areas. Whether you hope to inspire others, highlight issues you're passionate about, or would like to learn more and participate in the production process, Milford TV is the perfect place to start. Call or visit us at milfordtv.net for information on how to become a member or volunteer, and see why now is the time to join the Milford TV family. Come on over so you can be part of the action. Interested in bringing your ideas to life? Here at Milford TV, we give you the opportunity and resources you need to turn your content into reality. We offer memberships with access to equipment and use of our in-studio setup to allow you to get your message across in a professional manner. Or if you simply have the desire to gain hands-on experience in the field of digital media, you can become a volunteer at Milford TV, where we teach essential skills and tools that allow our members to create and tell their stories. From studio interviews, to sports coverage, to field shows, we provide the community the chance to stay informed and get involved. If you're a local company looking for an opportunity to promote your business, consider becoming a sponsor of Milford TV. We offer several sponsorship options for local business visibility during our sports broadcast as well as other areas. Whether you hope to inspire others, highlight issues you're passionate about, or would like to learn more and participate in the production process, Milford TV is the perfect place to start. Call or visit us at milfordtv.net for information on how to become a member or volunteer, and see why now is the time to join the Milford TV family. Come on over so you can be part of the action. Interested in bringing your ideas to life? Here at Milford TV, we give you the opportunity and resources you need to turn your content into reality. We offer memberships with access to equipment and use of our in-studio setup to allow you to get your message across in a professional manner. Or if you simply have the desire to gain hands-on experience in the field of digital media, you can become a volunteer at Milford TV, where we teach essential skills and tools that allow our members to create and tell their stories. From studio interviews, to sports coverage, to field shows, we provide the community the chance to stay informed and get involved. If you're a local company looking for an opportunity to promote your business, consider becoming a sponsor of Milford TV. We offer several sponsorship options for local business visibility during our sports broadcast as well as other areas. Whether you hope to inspire others, highlight issues you're passionate about, or would like to learn more and participate in the production process, Milford TV is the perfect place to start. Call or visit us at milfordtv.net for information on how to become a member or volunteer, and see why now is the time to join the Milford TV family. Come on over so you can be part of the action. Interested in bringing your ideas to life? Here at Milford TV, we give you the opportunity and resources you need to turn your content into reality. We offer memberships with access to equipment and use of our in-studio setup to allow you to get your message across in a professional manner. Or if you simply have the desire to gain hands-on experience in the field of digital media, you can become a volunteer at Milford TV, where we teach essential skills and tools that allow our members to create and tell their stories. From studio interviews, to sports coverage, to field shows, we provide the community the chance to stay informed and get involved. If you're a local company looking for an opportunity to promote your business, consider becoming a sponsor of Milford TV. We offer several sponsorship options for local business visibility during our sports broadcast as well as other areas. Whether you hope to inspire others, highlight issues you're passionate about, or would like to learn more and participate in the production process, Milford TV is the perfect place to start. Call or visit us at milfordtv.net for information on how to become a member or volunteer, and see why now is the time to join the Milford TV family. Come on over so you can be part of the action. Interested in bringing your ideas to life? Here at Milford TV, we give you the opportunity and resources you need to turn your content into reality. We offer memberships with access to equipment and use of our in-studio setup to allow you to get your message across in a professional manner. Or if you simply have the desire to gain hands-on experience in the field of digital media, you can become a volunteer at Milford TV, where we teach essential skills and tools that allow our members to create and tell their stories. From studio interviews, to sports coverage, to field shows, we provide the community the chance to stay informed and get involved. If you're a local company looking for an opportunity to promote your business, consider becoming a sponsor of Milford TV. We offer several sponsorship options for local business visibility during our sports broadcast as well as other areas. Whether you hope to inspire others, highlight issues you're passionate about, or would like to learn more and participate in the production process, Milford TV is the perfect place to start. Call or visit us at milfordtv.net for information on how to become a member or volunteer, and see why now is the time to join the Milford TV family. Come on over so you can be part of the action. Interested in bringing your ideas to life? Here at Milford TV, we give you the opportunity and resources you need to turn your content into reality. We offer memberships with access to equipment and use of our in-studio setup to allow you to get your message across in a professional manner. Or if you simply have the desire to gain hands-on experience in the field of digital media, you can become a volunteer at Milford TV, where we teach essential skills and tools that allow our members to create and tell their stories. From studio interviews, to sports coverage, to field shows, we provide the community the chance to stay informed and get involved. If you're a local company looking for an opportunity to promote your business, consider becoming a sponsor of Milford TV. We offer several sponsorship options for local business visibility during our sports broadcast as well as other areas. Whether you hope to inspire others, highlight issues you're passionate about, or would like to learn more and participate in the production process, Milford TV is the perfect place to start. Call or visit us at milfordtv.net for information on how to become a member or volunteer, and see why now is the time to join the Milford TV family. Come on over so you can be part of the action. Coverage of our Scarlet Hawks athletics on Milford TV is brought to you by the following sponsors. Our presenting sponsor, the Rail Trail Flatbread Company, a casual American dining experience with locations in Hudson and on Main Street here in Milford. Rentschler Biopharma, sponsor of our broadcast booth. Rentschler Biopharma transforms innovative ideas into life-saving biopharmaceuticals. Rentschler Biopharma, reliability you can trust. And Unibank, big bank know-how, community bank attitude. Serving the Milford community at their local branch on Prospect Street inside the Shaw's Plaza.
Number 2, Charlie Moon. Number 3, Hayden Patel. Number 4, Jason Lucier. Number 5, Captain Noel Prince. Number 6, Neil Weekend. Number 7, Ben Bostrom. Number 8, Jen Tucker. Number 11, Eric Miles. Number 13, Greg Sword. Number 17, Cameron Xavier. Number 25, Giovanni Marazzo. Number 30, Captain Teddy Dolan. Number 31, Emil Root. The Warriors are coached by Haley Dennis and assisted by Cameron Corey. Ladies and gentlemen, get on your feet as here to start the line is with your Milford Scarlet. Number 1, sophomore, Mikey Morera. Number 2, junior, Gustavo Silva. Number 3, senior, Dio Del Mapuche. Number 4, junior, Drew Moffitt. Number 5, senior captain, Colin Rento. Number 6, junior, Diego Santos. Number 7, junior, Brian Rivero. Number 8, senior captain, John Sadway. Number 9, senior captain, Jason Kaminsky. Number 10, senior, Marcelo Gomes. Number 11, junior, Ed LeBron. Number 12, senior, Colin Mota. Number 13, sophomore, Sam Abreu. Number 14, junior, Gavin Bio. Number 15, junior, Gustavo Barrera. And finally, number 22, junior, Guilherme Diarudo. The sponsored coach by the Intermediate assisted by Kelly Warner. At this time, we all please rise and move your hats for playing the national anthem.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome inside the gymnasium here at Milford High School, as Milford TV is happy to bring you coverage of Scarlet Hawks Athletics, presented by the Rail Trail Flatbread Company. Rail Trail Flatbread Company, a casual American dining experience specializing in an all-scratch-made kitchen featuring wood-fired flatbreads. You can check them out at their Milford location right here on Main Street in downtown Milford, and also their location in Hudson. Milford TV Executive Director Tim Coat here with you on the call on this Wednesday afternoon here in Milford, bringing you the coverage live from our Rentschler Biopharma broadcast booth. Rentschler Biopharma, reliability you can trust. We are here at a much earlier time than usual for varsity boys volleyball action. Our understanding is there is some sort of school event later on this evening that players on this varsity boys volleyball squad are involved with, so they flip the usual schedule with the JV and freshman teams playing a little bit later on today. The varsity, the first on the docket, and so getting this game underway a little before 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And the first serve of the game underway as Milford hosts the King Philip Warriors. A serve from KP to open the match, and a quick rejection in front by Colin Greco gives Milford the first point. We were a little bit delayed in getting our information regarding the league situation for Milford this season, as Milford's league has evolved quite a bit over time, from spending some time in the Tri-Valley League to playing an independent schedule. And so now, with the addition of Attleboro High School as a varsity program amongst the traditional Hockomock League teams, they have now officially established the Hockomock League for boys volleyball. And so Milford now officially involved in the Hockomock League in volleyball as well. It's a 4-team league with Milford, Taunton, King Philip, and Attleboro now joining the ranks for this season. And so happy to have official Hockomock League play now for boys volleyball. Milford getting on a roll here early. They've grabbed the first 3 points of this match. Serve coming from Gustavo Da Silva. Nice save from Jude Moffitt wearing the libero jersey. Little confusion there over the middle for KP, and then a whiff on the return attempt for number 3. That is Hayden Patel. Set up on the near side for a blast down the line, and a beautiful strike by Sam Abreu. Sam really impressed us with his strength and speed in the game that we covered back in the opening week of the spring season in Milford's 3-set sweep against North Quincy. And now a nice hard return on the far side of the court from Diego Ignacio Santos. And Milford on a 6-0 run now to open up this match. This is already the second time that these two teams have played this season, as now officially as league opponents. They'll get 2 matchups on the schedule. The same goes for Attleboro and Taunton as well, as the KP coaching staff calls a timeout here as Milford has rolled to a 7-0 start in this match. The first time these two teams played on the season was back in Milford's first game of the year. That was on March 31st. It was a 3-set sweep. A dominant performance overall, as Milford was able to win the first set 25-14. They won the second set 25-10, the third set 25-8. So the domination just continued to ramp up as that match went on. It's really been all Milford in this matchup against King Philip. Of course, KP, I believe their first season of varsity boys volleyball action was in 2019. The teams have played 6 times since 2019, with their matchup earlier this year included. Milford has won them all. Milford has swept them all. So KP has yet to win a single set against Milford in their program's history. There are plenty of sports where we have seen King Philip dominate Milford. And this is one sport where the shoe is on the other foot. Return from the near side by number 30, Ted Dolan. And then a hard shot. Does that stay in play? It is long, and so that is the first point of the match for King Philip. So that breaks up Milford's 7-0 run to begin this match. Happy to have everyone joining us on the coverage here this afternoon, whether you're tuned in locally on our Milford TV educational channel, our Verizon High Definition channel, or you're streaming the coverage either on our website or on our YouTube channel. We're happy to have you with us for some early afternoon volleyball action. Bright sunshine outside, but another chilly early spring day, a far cry from what we experienced out at Pheno Field for the baseball team earlier this week, when temperatures were in the mid-60s, only around 45 degrees outside today. As Milford continues to be in full control, up 9-2. The serve will now come from John Segway. This compact motion on that serve creates a lot of power. Dug out by Segway, now set up on the near side, blocked by KP. Milford able to get it back over in a hurry. Really nice diving play from Nolan France, the KP libero, and this is by far the largest rally of the match so far. It ends with a point for Milford, as KP was a little too aggressive, elevating, trying to go after that lob from Gustavo Pereira. That ball would have gone out of play, but it was touched on the way by, so the deflection gives Milford the 10-2 lead. And now a block on the near side, teaming up Jason Comiskey and Gustavo Pereira. Down to a knee to dig that one out was Dolan. Pushed back to the front by the libero Franz. Now Milford with a couple of hacks over on the far side of the court. Santos and again Pereira getting involved in that play. Already a 10-point lead, just about 5 or so minutes into this first set action, and a little two-handed touch drifts over the net from Ignacio Santos and drops down as there's a little breakdown on the KP side. Head coach for the Warriors is Haley Dennis, assisted by Cameron Corey. As we get the service error from Segway. But an even 10-point lead now for Milford on top of the Warriors. And the service now on the KP side for Neil Wiki. And a quick strike from Pereira, who got a little too amped up for that return, blasted it far out of play. And so KP picks up a couple of points here. Now set up again for Ignacio Santos, gets a hard deflection off the front row that drifts over into the Milford bench area out of play, and that will give Milford the side out, now leading 14-4. This is our last live sports coverage before we take a little breather for the school vacation week next week, and then we'll return in the final week of April with a heavy schedule of sports coverage. Onto the near side, where Gustavo da Silva will get another deflection. Overall on the season, coming into today, Milford at 6-1. So again, despite a lot of turnover on this roster, still having a lot of success, as KP will get a point here. It was a 5-match winning streak to open the season for the Scarlet Hawks before they finally lost their first match, and it was against a team that has really become a thorn in Milford's side in the last couple of years in Wayland High School. As Milford loads up for another hard return, but again, they can't locate. That loss to Wayland was a 3-set sweep. So after Milford had only dropped 1 set total during their first 5 matches of the year, they ended up getting swept by Wayland. They did get back on the winning streak on Monday of this week in a matchup on the road with Greater New Bedford Voc-Tech. Here it is a 16-6 lead for the Scarlet Hawks, as Gustavo Pereira will take over on serve. Pereira to the back row. It's met there by Jason Lucier. Now the setup over the middle. A little fingertip touch from Greco that was played perfectly by KP. Mikey Morera digging that ball out and then returned back across by Greco, and KP cannot send it back over from there. Iago Sampaio off the bench to take over on serve. Sampaio, a junior. Dolan with the return, diving play by Mikey Moreira, and then a huge deflection off the body, it seemed, of Jason Lucier, but the ball returned across the net in play, and now KP gets a deflection, and they will win the point. Lucier getting some love from his teammates after he sent that ball back across. After that ball came in contact with him up high, might have gotten him on the head. But KP will take the point any way they can get it. Still a 10-point Scarlet Hawks lead. Short return to Silva, able to get there first. Now lines up for the return and dots it in that back corner for the kill. They bring Jason Lucier over to the bench. And it looks like he's going to get checked out by their coaching staff. I'm not sure if maybe he might be favoring one of his ears. That ball did get him up high. And so he gets checked out off on the sideline as we're in an injury timeout situation here right now. 18-7 is the Milford lead. Anxious for a win here in our Milford TV coverage. The only win that we've had so far on the season was here in the gym with the boys volleyball team's win against North Quincy back on April 3rd. It's unfortunately a disappointing finish for the baseball team on Monday, as the pitching staff ended up allowing 12 walks, and Canton Bulldogs dropped 12 runs against the Scarlet Hawks for the win. Milford trying to get the block. KP gets that one over. Now De Silva into the near corner. Keeps that in play for the kill. And KP sucked in tight towards the net. So good read there for De Silva. Serve now for Jason Comiskey, one of the Milford captains, along with Colin Greco. Serve cannot be returned, and Milford very quickly closes in on this first set. They're 5 points away. To the near sideline, that ball goes out of play. Service error for Comiskey. This is a varsity program here in Milford. All of their starters from last season leaving after last season, graduating from the program. As KP runs out of touches, Milford now 4 points away from the set. So it has been impressive to see how well this new nucleus of players has gelled. Coach Mainini has cycled through a lot of his varsity personnel in these early games, a lot of opportunity for players to log time on the court. A 6-1 record, good for first place in this new Hockomock League for boys volleyball. KP is third in those standings. They are 3-4 overall on the season coming into today's action. to 9 the score. Jude Moffitt serving for the Hawks. Looks like they put a bandage under the right ear of Jason Lucier. He's now back out on the court as officials confer over at the scorer's table. Looks to be resolved now as Moffat's given the go-ahead to serve it out. Pushed over the middle by KP. Now set up for the hard return from Abreu. Sends it out of play, and so KP gets the side out, trailing here by 13. Milford needs just 2 more points to claim the set. Serve now from number 11, Eric Miles. He sends that one long, just narrowly avoids the game film iPad perched behind the back line on the Milford side, and so set points coming up here for the Scarlet Hawks at 24-10. Segway looking to serve out the end of this set. Milford with a good block on the near side of the net. Swatted back over towards the back row, handled there by De Silva. Ignacio Santos, his shot is rejected. He'll get another opportunity here. And that's going to drop down on the KP side of the floor. Could not be blocked this time. And so Milford is going to take this opening set 25-10. And so the Scarlet Hawks continue their streak against this King Philip Warriors team. They have still not given up a single set in the head-to-head matchup history against the Warriors. We'll see if that continues as we move on to the second set after just a brief pause here on the broadcast. As we bring you the action live from our Rentschler Biopharma broadcast booth, coverage of Scarlet Hawks athletics here on Milford TV is presented by the Rail Trail Flatbread Company. Coverage of Scarlet Hawks athletics on Milford TV is brought to you in part by Rentschler Biopharma. Rentschler Biopharma is a global contract development and manufacturing organization specializing in biopharmaceuticals and advanced therapies. Rentschler Biopharma, reliability you can trust. Coverage is also brought to you in part by Unibank, big bank know-how, community bank attitude. Check them out at 91 Prospect Street right here in Milford inside the Shaw's Plaza. And our presenting sponsor for for Scarlet Hawks Athletics on Milford TV is the Rail Trail Flatbread Company. Tim Coed here with you on the call as we get underway with second set action. Milford taking the first set against the King Philip Warriors, and they grab the first point here in set two. I beg your pardon. KP grabs the first point in set two. So this is the first lead that KP has enjoyed in the match so far. Milford led wire to wire. They grabbed the first 7 points of that first set and just cruised from there. Serve from Hayden Patel. Deflection out of play. Milford will get the point, so they get the side out. And the serve will go to Diego Ignacio Santos, junior for the Scarlet Hawks. He's been effective in that outside hitter position so far today. Now will serve. Sends it hard, but into the net. To the near side now, hard blast from Paulo Mata. That ends up going out of play, trying to harness that power. Keep it between the lines as the serve now comes from Ted Dolan for KP. Another chance here. Milford lobbying for the deflection, but that goes out of play, so Mata still trying to find that accuracy on the return. And a 4-1 start here for KP as Milford tries to ambush with the spike. KP was able to return, but the ensuing shot from Gio Gorducci lands for a Scarlet Hawks point. Coach Mainini deploying an almost completely different looking group for this second set. Right now it's Mikey Marrera wearing the libero jersey. We saw Jude Moffitt as the libero in the first set. Eston LeBron getting into the action in the second set. As we mentioned, Mata and Gorducci out there. We did not see them in the first set. Colin Greco still in the front row for the Scarlet Hawks, so it's Coach Mainini again trying to work with different personnel groupings to get better experience. Scarlet Hawks still trying to harness their velocity here in this second set. Seen a lot of return shots go long. Serve now on the KP side for Eric Miles. And a return attempt into the net. So a good service game here for Miles. Gets that one to kick over the net. And then the spike from Cameron Xavier, my apologies. And so the Warriors have themselves a 7-4 lead here in the second set. Coach Mainini not calling a timeout, trying to right the ship from the sideline. Block. Teaming up there was Cameron Xavier and I believe Daniel Simos. I'm not 100% sure. We don't have a number 7 listed on our roster. We have Simos listed at number 1. We think that may be just a uniform number change as KP gets victimized by a bad bounce off the roof as that drops down for a Scarlet Hawks point. So again, we apologize. Our best guess is that is Simos wearing number 7. John Segway now serving for the Scarlet Hawks. KP trying another spike. It's pushed back across two-handed by Santos. And now that ball deflects down for a Warriors point, so KP looking much more comfortable against this unit that Milford has out there in the second set. Neil Weekey serving for King Philip. Dug out in the back by Santos. And now a block on the return attempt. You could see Mata taking a little bit off of that return, trying to keep it inside that back line, and it was an easier play up front for KP to get the block. 5-point lead now for the Warriors as Milford pushes that one back across. And then a two-handed bid there, nearly a held ball, but was not called on Lucier. Gets the return across. Milford could not play it, and it is now a 6-point lead for the King Philip Warriors. Set up for Greco, and that will give Milford a much-needed side out. Iago Sampaio back out on serve for Milford. Lucier with a return. Milford lets it go, and they're going to say that touched the far sideline. Milford opted to let it drop. A little tough to tell from our position, but the officials ruled that that did touch the line, and so it is now a 6-point lead for the Warriors. Serve to the back row. Close one. Milford not taking the chance that that was going to stay in after the last play. Able to get a good return across, and good for the kill. Milford shifting personnel around again. They have Guillermo de Araujo on the front row. Another player with good height on this roster, a sophomore. And so just talking about new personnel on the floor, Milford called for a rotation violation. And so that gives King Philip the side out. Back on serve, leading 13-7. So already now KP with more points in this second set than they had in all of the first set. KP getting another block. The bench trying to turn Milford's fortunes around in this set. Morera with the dig. Set up for Ignacio Santos, gets a deflection off the hand of Hayden Cattell, shaking it out a bit afterwards. LeBron serving for the Scarlet Hawks. LeBron will set it on the far side. Good return for Guarducci. Got the deflection. So Milford inching closer now. The serve drifts along. Milford hasn't been able to find a run quite yet, like they were able to do with ease in the first set. Morera pushes to the front. They set it up over the middle for De Araujo. This time from the outside spot, that goes cross court, but wide. More words of wisdom from Coach Mainini in between points. Trying to work things out with this group. Diego Ignacio Santos. Standing behind the service line, now given the go-ahead. Milford again trailing by 6. And an awkward deflection off the hands of Nolan Franz, the libero. So can Milford start to string some points together in this set? And instead, that return gets past the back row. Good effort by Diego going into the dive, but he could not get there. And Milford will call a timeout. It's once again a 6-point King Philip lead at 17-11. Milford will have a couple of home games during the vacation week next week. They will play at home against BC High on April 24th, 5:15 start, and then they'll play an afternoon tilt against Cambridge Ringe and Latin on the 25th. That's a 12:15 start. It's Thursday and Friday of next week. So Milford will have a week in between matches after this one wraps up today. Both sides back out on the floor now. Again, a 6-point KP lead as the senior Ted Dolan prepares to serve for the Warriors. Milford trying to rally themselves as Dolan's serve is short. Moreira steps in, loops it back over the net, and a double hit called on the Warriors. Milford gets the side out. Moreira will serve. Right to the center of the floor, played there by Dolan. Now set up for Gustavo da Silva. KP blocks it, and then Milford getting tangled up. They'll call the double hit. Some communication problems there. King Philip's serve is long. And so Coach Mainini will deploy Sam Abreu on the floor. I beg your pardon, he was on the floor. Now he'll head back to the sideline. Continuing to tinker with the personnel grouping in the second set. Short push is handled by Milford. Da Silva's return is blocked on the KP side. Now sends it to the back row, gets the deflection off the hands of Franz, and it cannot be played from there. Dolan goes spilling out of play, trying to keep that ball alive. And so Milford cuts it now to a 4-point margin. Segway serving. Pushed over by Simos. Set up for Da Silva. Ball deflecting over to our broadcast setup. We'll get our scoreboard reconfigured in just a moment. Down to a 3-point KP lead as Milford starting to find themselves here late in the set. Push to the middle, Moreira. And then a hard return. Nicely done. I believe that was Jason Comiskey. It's either Comiskey or Greco. Couldn't quite tell through the crowd. I believe it was Colin Greco. Getting a quick second look at it on our live stream. Milford has cut it all the way down to a single-point deficit now as they serve to try to tie the match. Tie the set, I should say. Another chance here for Greco, and freezes KP. We've seen that a couple of times in this match. I'm not sure if maybe there's something deceptive in the motion for Greco, but he has caught KP flat-footed a couple of times over the middle. And so that return there will tie this match up. So Milford right now working on a 7-1 run that has drawn them even in the second set, forcing now King Philip into a timeout. So some of the original starters getting back into the mix here as this second set has gone on. It's helped to turn the tide. But that is something that Coach Mainini has been so good at over the years when he has had new players on this varsity roster, and it has helped that this program's had such good stability over the years. But when he has new players on the roster, he does a really good job of getting those players experience as the season goes on so that they can be called upon when needed and they're ready to go. And also, they're more prepared to step into larger roles as they continue on in their varsity career. Milford gets another point here, and so they will take their first lead in this second set here at 19-18. It's Segway continuing to serve for the Scarlet Hawks. Here's Greco again to the back row. Hard deflection off the basketball hoop, and that drops down for another Milford point. And the Scarlet Hawks all of a sudden now find themselves 5 points away from a 2-0 lead. Finding the answer here in this second set. KP loads up for a spike from Xavier, but Milford was there ready. Now to Silva on the near side, drops a dime. Cannot be played by Nolan Franz. Had him down on his backside trying to make a play. Tremendous shot from Gustavo da Silva for the kill. Now Lucier with the dig. He'll get a chance at the return. Two hands it over. They'll continue to feed Gustavo da Silva. This time he sends the changeup across. Milford leading 21-18. You can make it 22 as Greco right now is locked in. New ball put in play. All of this on the service game of John Segway. Dolan with the dig. Again, it'll be Lucier on the outside. The fingertip sends it across. Both teams meet at the net. And a little underhand attempt keeps play alive thanks to Hayden Patel. And now cross-court shot from Da Silva. And drops it in for another kill. And Milford now 2 points away from taking the set. KP had all the momentum early, but it has shifted now in a big way. Looking for the spike, and this time Xavier is able to get it. Cameron Xavier gives KP the side out. 9-0 run broken up there for Milford. Meanwhile, it's the Scarlet Hawks who get a quick side out. They now have set points coming up here at 24-19. Gustavo Da Silva will drill that serve out of play. And so 1 set point saved. For KP. They'll try to extend the second set a little bit longer with Jason Lucier, but he comes up short on the serve, and so Milford will take the second set by a margin of 25-20. It is now a 2-0 lead for the Scarlet Hawks here in this varsity boys volleyball matchup. We'll take another quick timeout on the broadcast. We will have set 3 when we come back next. Coverage coming to you live from our Rentschler Biopharma broadcast booth. Coverage of Scarlet Hawks athletics here on Milford TV is presented by the Rail Trail Flatbread Company. With a state-of-the-art facility and a commitment to excellence, Rentschler Biopharma is poised to tackle the most complex challenges in biopharmaceutical development and manufacturing. Here Return here for third set action live from our Rentschler Biopharma broadcast booth. Tim Coet with you on the call. It is a 2-0 lead for the Scarlet Hawks, looking for the sweep. As they grab the first point here in the third set, Gustavo da Silva serving for the Scarlet Hawks. Came up with some huge returns in the back stretch of that second set to help Milford come from behind. KP led for a good deal of that second set, but Milford went on a big-time run in the later stages to take it. As Jude Moffett back to wearing the libero jersey here in the third set, so Milford settling into a similar rotation as they had in the first set. They do have Guillermo de Araujo out there in the front row. We saw time in the second set. Da Silva, meanwhile, with a return. Set it up on the far side, and a good placement on that return for Simos. He gets the kill. Gives KP their first point in the set. And it'll be Ted Dolan now serving for the Warriors. Hard blast to the back row, and a really nice job by Nolan Franz doing all he could do to dig that return out, and then KP resets themselves and they end up getting the point. It was a gritty effort on that rally for the Warriors. Dolan with the serve to the middle. A couple of one-handed bids, and they'll whistle play to a stop. Didn't quite see the signal from the official as to what the infraction was there for Milford. So from a 3-0 start, tied up at 3 now in the set. Ball drifts over, Milford gets it back. Hawks caught a little out of sorts. Late to react. Moffett did all he could, but that ball touches the floor, gives KP now a 4-3 lead in the set. Spike bid for De Araujo. And a double hit called on the Warriors. We'll tie things back up at 4. Moffett serving. Colin Greco returns to the floor for Milford. Lucier had to adjust as that setup had him backpedaling. He was able to push it back across and still managed to place that return where Milford couldn't get to it. Now set up for Diego Ignacio Santos, who gets a deflection down for the Scarlet Hawks point. We're tied up again now at 5. John Segway now serving for Milford. Really led the way for that second set comeback with a tremendous service game. Helped Milford rattle off 9 consecutive points. Extended runs have really been Milford's friend in this match. We saw a 7-0 run to open the first set, and that 9-0 run to help them get back in and eventually claim the second set. Meanwhile, we'll redo the serve as I don't know if Milford was trying to get something off the court there, but officials allowing the redo. Now looped back over by Milford. Now some more power there on the return for Jason Lucier. Got the deflection. KP challenging Milford in this match. Obviously the Hawks with the 2-0 lead, but they've continued to work and make Milford work in return. That ball just going beyond the back line. That was very close. Another judgment call there for Milford. And serve just out. Hawks get the side out. Now Milford looking to even up this third set. Good reaction there for Jude Moffitt as De Silva's return was sent immediately back over the net. Moffitt was able to get there to keep the ball airborne. And ultimately the Hawks get the spike. They do tie this matchup at 7. And now KP able to get a deflection. That ball drifts between members of the back row on the Milford side. And so the lead swings back to KP now at 8-7. Here's De Silva across court, and that is out. So Milford not quite locked in this third set. Set it up for De Silva, and this time able to deflect it off the front row for the point. Once again, we'll see Iago Sampaio. Appears to be a serve specialist on this varsity team. Met by Lucier. Dolan will get a chance at the return, blocked by De Arujo. Now set up for the spike for De Arujo. He gets it done. Excellent size and strength for Guillermo De Arujo, despite being an underclassman. Another serve from Sampaio as we get another tie here at 9-all, and then a hard spike from Cameron Xavier for KP. Serve from Nolan Franz. Now here's De Silva. He goes down the line. Nothing that Neil Weeke could do. Brian Rivero into the game here in the third set. He will serve. Cannot locate the serve. So we continue to seesaw back and forth from a tied score to a 1-point KP lead. They set up Gustavo De Silva from the near side this time, and he is able to get the kill. So tied up once again, now at 11. Dolan met on the back row by De Silva. Now here's Diego. He gets the kill. So Milford able to claim their first lead in a while in this set. Gustavo De Silva now serving. Return over the middle. Moffitt will now set it up for Abreu. His return gets rejected. Now a two-hander for De Silva. Set it up on the far side. Diego gets the kill. (13-11) Milford serve for Gustavo da Silva. Spike bid for De Arujo, and gets right back to the net for a block. And then the infraction for KP, the double touch. And Milford trying to do what they did in the last set, go into an extended run in the later stages of the set. Milford claiming that point. I believe that was a too many touches call on the KP side. Serving at 15-11. Here's Abreu again with the cross-court bid. Second attempt. KP going a long way, and they're going to run out of touches again. Service error for Da Silva, giving Milford a 4-point lead now. Dolan will serve once again for the King Philip Warriors. Moffitt with the dig. Set it up for Diego. He gets rejected. KP bench loves it. Milford lead down to 3. Held ball. A little bit of the inexperience showing through for Guillermo de Arujo. And now the service error for Dolan. Small group of KP fans that made their way up here to the Milford gym to watch this action in person, hoping that KP can rally and force another set. Milford up 17-14, up in the match, 2-0. Moffitt serving. Nice work in a scramble there for KP. Ignacio Santos' return blocked. Another block up front for the Warriors. Now it's Greco. He can't get it past that front row. Another chance for Diego. He gets the deflection. Comes back, but out of play. Good hard work by that front row of the Warriors. So Milford back up by 4. Moffitt serve to the back row. That sneaks out. So KP with the serve back on their side, trailing 18-15. Eric Miles serving for the Warriors. Ignacio Santos dropping down to his knees, but he couldn't keep that ball playable. And down to a 2-point margin on the scoreboard. Dolan, high arc, sending that ball back across. Now tracking that one down, Miles. Milford will set it up again for Diego. Drops it down for the kill. So substitution here as John Segwe will return to the floor. He will take over on serve, where he has excelled today. Milford needs 6 more points to claim a match victory. Good play into the body by De Silva. Two-handed push for the Warriors. And now again, the setup on the outside for Diego Ignacio Santos. KP trying to use the foot to keep that ball in the air. Couldn't save it, and now a 20-16 lead for the Scarlet Hawks. Set up for Lucier, blocked by Brian Ribeiro. 4 points left to get for the Scarlet Hawks. Lucier pushes across. KP gets the return, and now set up for Santos. Had to reach for that one, but he was able to make a nice adjustment. Gets the point for Milford. Service game continues for Segway at 22-16. Lucier could not get great elevation as he tried to dig that ball out. Unreturnable for Segway. Now Lucier trying to punch that one back across, but he cannot get it there. And match points now coming up for the Scarlet Hawks at 24-16. And that will be that. KP running out of touches and running out of time in this match as Milford takes the third set 25-16, and they will once again sweep the King Philip Warriors here, winning this one 3-0. So Milford stays perfect in the head-to-head matchup history against this King Philip Warriors boys volleyball program. With the victory, Milford will improve to 7-1 now overall on the season. KP with the loss, they will drop to 3-5. So as we mentioned, it'll be a little bit of a breather here for the Scarlet Hawks as they will be inactive for the next 8 days. They will return to action during the school vacation week next Thursday to host BC High. That should be a very competitive matchup. Cambridge Ringe and Latin coming to the Milford gym next week during the school vacation as well. So again, we will be inactive in our Milford TV coverage for the next week. We'll return after the school vacation week, and again, we'll have plenty of additional spring sports action coming up from there through the end of the season. So our next live sports coverage here on Milford TV will come your way on Monday, April 28th. We'll be back out on the lacrosse field to see the varsity girls team host the Attleboro Bombardiers. We'll also have more softball coverage for you that week as well, with the Scarlet Hawks hosting Franklin, and then baseball action on May the 2nd as the baseball team hosts the Oliver Ames Tigers. So that is when we'll have you covered after the school vacation week, but that's going to wrap things up here for tonight. We thank you so much for joining us. Also a big thank you to our Milford TV crew bringing you the coverage. Once again, it is Hunter Miller in the director's chair for this game today, Patrick Garapi running camera, and I am Tim Coed. That final score, one final time, it's a 3-set sweep for Milford over the King Philip Warriors. This has been a presentation of Scarlet Hawks Athletics here on Milford TV, presented by the Rail Trail Flatbread Company. So long, everybody.